The apartment was bright, clean, and quiet. Too quiet. Sunlight spilled across polished floors. Fresh curtains fluttered in the breeze. A bowl of fruit sat untouched on the table. Everything looked like the life Lena had once dreamed of, the kind of home where nothing smelled like smoke or damp concrete. And yet she stood by the door, shoes on, backpack ready, as if preparing to run. She had lived here 3 months. She had not unpacked. Every object remained exactly where it had been placed the first day, because moving things meant belonging, and belonging meant something could be taken away again. Across the room, Adrian leaned against the wall, watching her with quiet concern. "School starts in 20 minutes, he said gently. She nodded but did not move. Sleep had been impossible again. Nightmares came like clockwork. Fire, alarms, collapsing metal, her mother shouting for her to run. Each time she woke, she had to remind herself that the ceiling above her was not about to fall. "Did you eat?" he asked. Another nod. The fruit bowl remained untouched. Adrian didn't push. He had learned that pressure made her retreat further. When they stepped outside, morning life buzzed normally. Neighbors chatting, children laughing, a delivery truck rumbling past. Lena scanned everything automatically. Exits, shadows, blind spots, anything unusual. Adrian noticed. "You're safe here," he said quietly. She didn't answer, because safety was not a place. Safety was a moment, and moments ended. School was louder than any battlefield she remembered. Lockers slammed. Students shouted. Shoes squeaked across polished floors. The chaos pressed against her senses like a physical weight. Lena kept her head down, moving along the walls where no one could approach from behind. In class, she absorbed information instantly. Mathematics, languages, science, everything except social interaction. During lunch, she sat beneath a jacaranda tree alone, picking apart her sandwich methodically as if analyzing its components. A group of girls whispered nearby, occasionally glancing at her. Is she new? She never talks. She's kind of weird. Weird was safer than interesting. A boy approached cautiously, holding a soccer ball. "Hey, you can sit with us if you want." She looked up, startled by the directness. His face was open, friendly, unguarded, the kind of expression that existed only in people who had never had to calculate survival. For a second, she almost accepted. Then her chest tightened with panic. Connection meant vulnerability. Vulnerability meant loss. "I like quiet," she said softly. He nodded awkwardly and left. Lena watched the laughing groups around her and wondered what it would feel like to belong somewhere without fear of it disappearing. That afternoon, Lena returned home alone. The moment she stepped inside, something felt wrong. The air, the silence, the faint metallic smell. Her body went still, every instinct sharpening. On the small table near the window sat a cube the size of her palm. Smooth, dark, impossible. She had checked the apartment before leaving. Nothing had been there. She approached slowly, listening for hidden movement, scanning for traps. Nothing. Her reflection stared back at her from the cube's polished surface, smaller, older, haunted. She pressed the hidden seam. The cube unfolded silently, projecting a pale blue hologram. A distorted voice filled the room. Asset L, 17 confirmed active. Her heart slammed painfully against her ribs. That designation belonged to the explosion survivors list. Only 2 groups knew it. Neither was friendly. "You were never meant to survive," the voice continued calmly. Her hands began to shake, not from fear, from rage. Across the city, Adrian sat alone in a dim office surrounded by recovered documents. Stacks of files towered around him like ruins of his former life. One folder caught his eye. Contingency, Phoenix. Inside was a list of names marked deceased. Except one, L-17. Attached was a grainy photograph of a child standing outside a burning facility, soot-covered but alive. Lena. Adrian leaned back slowly, dread pooling in his stomach. Below the image was a note. Subject displays anomalous survival rate. Monitor indefinitely. Not protect. Not rescue. Monitor. He realized with horror that Lena had never escaped. She had been studied. That night, Lena ran. Someone had breached the building security again. Footsteps echoed in stairwells. Doors opened where none should. She moved through alleys with practiced precision, weaving through darkness like a ghost. Rain began to fall, turning streets slick and reflective. Behind her, black vehicles prowled slowly. They weren't searching randomly. They knew her patterns. As she turned a corner at full speed, she collided with a solid chest. Strong hands caught her before she fell. Adrian. Both spoke at once. You're in danger. In a hidden safe house, Lena placed the cube on the table between them. It activated automatically. Project Oracle. Her parents' faces appeared in holographic form, smiling, alive, unaware of what would happen to them. They weren't just engineers, Adrian said quietly. They were predicting the future. Lena's knees weakened. Every memory of her parents, bedtime stories, gentle smiles, quiet warnings, suddenly carried a weight she had never understood. Why me? She whispered. Adrian swallowed. Because whatever they built, only you can unlock it. The room felt smaller. The world felt heavier. For the first time since childhood, Lena wished she were just a normal girl again. Invisible, poor, forgotten. But destiny does not return what it claims.